Hi, We Are Right Here, which is a project in Brighton and Hove that aims to promote the emotional and mental well-being of young people between the ages of 16 and 25. This film was made by a group of volunteers to inform you how to get the most from your GP. The film is 5 minutes long. First of all, let's check out what one of our volunteers found out from Dr. Nalatambi.
I always feel rushed in appointments, so how can I get the most out of my time with the doctor?
It is short, isn't it? It's only 10 minutes and it feels short. So it is worth preparing before you come in and knowing what you're going to ask. So it's worth writing it down or putting it on your phone so that you make sure that you've asked the questions you've wanted to ask. It's also worth being honest and just saying things like they are.
What if I don't understand all the treatment options given to me?
That's quite common, and it's quite reasonable not to understand things, but you have to just say, I don't understand what you said. It's also worth, if there's something that you think about when you leave the room, to write it down and then come back and make another appointment and talk about it.
What if I'm too nervous or uncomfortable to go to the doctor about my problem?
If you feel uncomfortable, you can bring a friend along with you, and you can even ask that friend to speak for you if you're embarrassed, for example. You can ask to see a male or a female doctor. You have a choice. Some problems people like to see the same doctor for, and you can ask to see the same doctor that you've seen before if you've seen somebody before. You may have to wait for that. The receptionist also won't be asking you any embarrassing questions.
What if I don't like the treatment options given to me?
Remember that when you come to see the doctor or the nurse, it's a partnership, so it's not about you coming to be told what needs to happen. It's about discussing what your options are. So you need to have all the facts in front of you, discuss them with the doctor, and then make a decision, make your own decision. You don't have to make it there and then. You can go away and say, I'm going to think about it, and come back and make another appointment. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
What about my confidentiality?
Confidentiality is really, really important. It's something we value very highly, and in fact I've got something to show you here.
Discussion between a doctor and a patient are confidential. What's discussed during a meeting should go no further unless you give permission for your doctor to inform someone else.
You can tell your doctor not to write anything down on paper or record anything on the computer, although it's usually a good idea as it helps the doctor later to have some sort of notes. Your doctor may encourage you to talk to someone about your problem or ask permission to contact them. This is because the doctor may feel that further help is necessary. You have a right to privacy even if you're under 16. Your doctor or nurse can't share information about your health without your permission, whatever you ask about. This could include sexual health, pregnancy, drugs, alcohol, mental health issues or any other problems.
Confidentiality can only be broken if the doctor or nurse thinks you're in severe danger. For example, if you're in danger of harm or abuse.
A doctor or nurse may have to contact another health professional to make sure you are kept safe. They will discuss this with you first and tell you what is going to happen. You can express a preference to see a particular doctor within your practice, and the practice should try to comply with this. You may be asked by the receptionist why you want to see the doctor. You don't have to answer this, but it may help make sure you see the correct person. You are entitled to be involved in discussions and decisions about your healthcare. You are entitled to access your medical records under the Data Protection Act 1988. There may be a fee of up to £50. You do not have to accept treatment offered to you or have a physical examination unless you give consent. If you have more than one medical condition or you feel you need more time, you can ask for a double appointment.
After your appointment, you might want to give feedback. You can try telling your doctor, but if you want to get more involved, here are some other options. There's your local PPG.
The PPG is an opportunity for patients to give feedback about the surgery to the staff of the surgery, and also for the staff at the surgery to ask patients what they think about various aspects to do with the surgery. So we were very interested in finding out the ideas that young people have and how they view our services. Any comments made, and these can be either positive or negative or suggestions as what can be done, will be discussed.
Or there's PALS.
I work for the NHS in Brighton and Hove in the Clinical Commissioning Group, which is known as the CCG. It's particularly important to hear from young people. There's a number of ways that young people can feed into us. One way is through using something called the Patient Advice and Liaison Service, PALS, an organisation that gives information and advice on health services, but also collects feedback, whether it's good feedback or less good feedback. From April next year, PALS will be replaced by an organisation called Health Watch, which will do the same sort of function, but also across social care.
If you need any more information or you have any questions that our film hasn't answered, you can contact us via email or you can go to our website.